Good evening everyone and welcome to another Mech Merlin stream. As you can see from the title down below, today we are building the soon to go into sale actually on Canon keys, the Sat75 X, which is a plastic version of the popular Satisfaction 75. So welcome everyone! But before we start the show, I do have a couple announcements to make. So hopefully some of you are free this weekend. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this weekend is the SF and MK NorCal meetup at Guildhouse. This is in San Jose. I believe it's on 1st Avenue. I have been given the opportunity to fly over and just enjoy myself, meet some people, and enjoy the keyboard scene down in California. But yeah, another big announcement is, as you guys see, this is a hat that has pretty much made my career. If I take this off, people suddenly don't recognize me. So I've definitely had this for since the very beginning. Washed it a few times, but here, as you guys can see, it's showing wear and tear. It's got all my cat fur on it. It's got sweat. You know, this is the original hat that I've worn ever since the beginning. It's time to switch it up. We're not changing the design. I'm just buying a brand new one. And yeah, the new one. That's a huge difference, right? Look, a brand new one versus an old one here. Like, I forgot that the stars were like even shiny. Holy crap. See that? Yeah. Look at that. Look, the foil is supposed to be shiny because I washed it so many times. I washed off the foil, so it's terrible. Look at that. And it doesn't even stand up anymore. It's this is supposed to be relatively stiff, but I can barely get it to stay up anymore like that. Yes, Orange Curvy, it is the exact same model. Just let's see, I bought this in 2017, 2018. Yeah, this is what happens after wearing it on streams, sweating through it. See, look, it's even yellowed over here. So yeah, this is the original Merlin hat. This is still the Merlin hat, just what it looked like in the very beginning. The blue lost its color, yeah. You guys are the first to see me with the brand new hat. Oh my god, that is so bright. That's a bright blue, holy crap. See, this guy flops to the side sometimes. There we go. Oh! Dun 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 dun! There we go. There we go. So yeah, it's not gonna flop to the side anymore, but yes, very pointy indeed. You can see. Can I get it to point? Actually, here, I can get it to point at the camera on top. There we go. Yeah, it's supposed to be this pointy, guys. It's just, yeah. But anyway, let's talk about what we're building tonight. Tonight we're building the Satisfaction 75. Yeah, if you guys don't know what that is a very, very popular board. And tonight we have the brand new plastic variant of it, known as the Sat75 X. For the most part, from the outside looking in, it looks pretty much exactly like the original Satisfaction 75, just all in plastic. So the release date is August 15th, and starting at $111. And yeah, it's a polycarb case material, injected plastic. Its mounting style is no longer top or burger mount. Thank God, I actually really didn't like building that for the Satisfaction 75. It is now gasket, and you have several knobs available, and the PCB is now hot swap. So here's the thing, this hot swap PCB is backward compatible with Satisfaction 75 R1 and R2. What's not backward compatible is the plate. So you can't just take your pre-existing Satisfaction 75 and drop it into this plastic case, or vice versa. That's not going to work. And yeah, plate materials is polycarb for the time being. I suppose they're going to release other plate materials. And you have different types of dampeners available as well. The board will come with a carrying case. Since mine is a prototype, mine does not have a carrying case. and you have your case colors of Cloud White, Stratus Gray, or Octo Purple. The unit I'm building tonight is quite an interesting one because I got the blue unit, and the thing about the blue unit is it's really hard to QC properly, so I apparently have one of the few, and hopefully later on in time they'll release a blue one. So yeah, tonight we are building this board, and I will be building it with Gateron box inks. And the other new thing that we're showcasing tonight is another Canon Key specialty. It is the PBS keycaps. Not public broadcasting system, but penguin belly slide. So we'll be trying these out and seeing how they fare. Overview of what PBS is. Basically all uniform. I've never heard of CHE profile before, but compared to all of those, you can see it's a lot shorter than all of them. Designed by Mateo and brought to you by Canon Keys and Keebio. There we go. So I did get the black set though. I think I would have liked the white and gray set better. I also don't get to keep this set. This will go on to the next streamer down the list. This is the navy blue variant. It opens up just like that. You can see the gaskets inside. Actually, let's give you guys a better view of that. Gaskets. It's focusing on my hat. As it should, but I wanted to focus on the gaskets now. There we go, there we go. Does it feel really stiff or flexible? It is fairly flexible. Like, I'm not gonna force it, but yeah. Pretty flexible so far, yeah. One of the most difficult parts of building a Satisfaction 75 was soldering the rotary encoder and soldering the OLED display. But as you guys can see, both have been done for you, or rather, the encoder will have been soldered on for you already, but the OLED display is hot swappable. And in the event that you're running like the same information on your display and it burns it in, you can easily swap it out rather than having to desolder those 4 pins in the back. Hot swap sockets are made by Gateron. And as common to most hot swap builds, very limited compatibility. Like this one's only a 6.25U spacebar. Right there, there's not much else you can change. No stepped caps lock, no ISO support, just pretty much regular ANSI, just like that. I am using TX tabs today. First time I'm using them. Or let's see, let me find the box to show you guys. This is what I got. And new 2023, almost perfect. So yeah, big words, almost perfect. So looking forward to see how these guys fare. Out of curiosity, how many people in chat have a Satisfaction 75? Either the R1 or the R2? And tell me about it. Do you like it? Do you hate it? How did you build it? We are not here for the sat, but for you, Merlin, says Itharok. Aw, how sweet of you. Let's see, how would I do a build stream of myself? Would it just be me like lifting weights, I suppose? You guys can like spur me on. Like, Merlin, one more set, one more rep. See, the Rock says, I have 2 top mount boards and it is enough. Never wanted a third one, so never got an OG SAT. Yeah, the Satisfaction 75 came out at a very interesting time in our community. We were making like the transition from top mount boards to like gasket mount, but then not too many people were a fan of top mount, so then there came the burger mount, right? Which is what the Satisfaction 75 has. But this is the Sat75 X, built with Gateron box inks, topped with the new PBS profile keycaps from Canon Keys. Yeah, look at that. Looks pretty neat. So this is a completely empty chassis. There's no rubber backing to it. I've not put this guy in at all. I just wanted to see if it sounded good first. I have the wrong alt and control. Yes, I do actually. Let me fix that up. Okay, yeah, this guy does not have any of that plastic backing in it. But we'll do a quick sound test here. And hopefully you guys can remember what it sounds, because then I'm going to open it and put the plastic in. One other welcome improvement is, if you remember the original Satisfaction R1, that USB-C port was just a gaping hole. It is now form-fit to the size of a USB-C port. Okay, we'll do a quick typing test here. Let me know how it sounds. I think it sounds pretty good. I feel like having like a plastic body does eliminate some of that echoing in a completely empty chassis. So I wonder how putting the plastic in will sound now. So yeah, we'll be opening it up now and doing another typing test, this time with, it's not really foam, it's rubber. Once again, this is the Sat75 X with polycarb body, aluminum plate, Gateron black box inks, topped with PBS profile keycaps. So this board reminds me of the, what's that board again? The Icky 68 Aurora. Because you can like change out the gaskets however way you want. You can like put them on top as well. And also it had that same issue, which if you had like the silicone bottom part, like this one sounds really muted to me right now, and I liked how it sounded empty. It's also stiffer, which I don't like. Like, I know that I generally prefer stiffer boards, but you know, there is definitely a threshold to that. And I think for something like this, especially since the switches are already heavy, because it's muted now, I can hear more of the plate. It starts to sound a little bit more metallic to me, which I don't like. So I'm going to take out that bottom layer. Yeah, fracturing cases is a big no-no. Alright. Yep. That's the typing experience that I like. Actually, do I have the Icky 68 within reach? I have a metal top, plastic bottom. Okay, this is not going to be the same. So, unfortunate. I was hoping to compare the two because I had a very similar experience. So earlier I said that even though the PCB is backwards compatible with Satisfaction R1 and R2, the plate itself is not. So you can't swap in your pre-built already into this. So that also means that you probably can't swap, like have like a metal top or a metal bottom, like plastic and metal combination. In my experience, that's always been like the best combo. This is already a better experience than any of the Satisfactions that I've ever built. They did say there were special OLED modes, which I'm going to turn on. The typing friend mode. Hold FN and press knob. Hopefully I put FN in the correct spot. So that's time, of course, since I don't have a battery on the time. It's saying that it is 1980, January 1st at 12 a.m. There we go. Typing buddy. So you guys can see it is keyboard cat, or bongo cat I mean. And it's telling me my words per minute. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Alright, we'll do one more typing sounds test and then I'll offer my initial thoughts and opinions. Here we go. Once again, this is the Sat75 X, releasing on Canon Keys for pre-order on August 15th for $111. I built mine with the unfortunately not available navy colorway. Built it with an aluminum plate, Gateron box black inks, PBS profile keycaps, and with no silicone padding inside. This is completely empty inside, no foam at all. Here we go, let's type. So my background with the Satisfaction 75 is that I am an R1 owner, and no matter which way I built it, I did not like it, so I ended up selling the board, and I've been waiting for something better. Since the R1 came out, there have been other 75s in our community, which are arguably much better. So I was really expecting that the Satisfaction 75 X would hopefully change my opinion of the Satisfaction 75 series. This is actually much better than my experience with the R1 and R2. A couple caveats with it though is that first and foremost, I do have an aluminum plate which is not listed on pre-order on the Canon Keys website. I also chose to omit the silicone layer because I felt like that it muted the board too much. While I like the feel of an aluminum plate, I don't like the sound. So by removing this layer, the hollowness kind of drowned out that metallic pinging. So my experience may differ from yours, but for me, this is the way I think it sounds best. I noticed with this layer in, it made the board feel stiffer. Of course, you can probably swap around your gasket configuration to make it feel better. But yeah, it was a very similar experience to when I built the Icky 68. Basically, I built it the exact same way. Comments about the PBS. I actually really like this. My first custom keycap set was a DSA profile set, and I typed on that thing at work for like 6 years straight. So I'm very familiar with the uniform profile set. This one's really smooth, smoother than pretty much any keycap set that I've typed on. It's like almost slippery even. I was kind of concerned that the spacebar would exhibit some warpage, but just on a few preliminary tests, it seems like it's resistant to warpage. We'll see if this stays true with the rest of the manufacturing. I can't really make a judgment on how sharp the legends are because they are so hard to see. This is basically a black legend on a charcoal keycap set. Even if I bring it up to my key light here, it's still hard to read any of these legends. Yeah, I can't really... Overall, I think the Sat75 X is giving me a better experience than R1 and R2. So if you missed out on either of those, definitely check the board out. Couple things I hope for this board in the future is, like the Icky 68, I really hope that Canon Keys releases a metal top or a metal bottom so that you can mix and match the parts, just because in other boards I've always found that a metal bottom and a plastic top actually makes the sound good. Alright, if there are no other questions, I think this is a good time to end the stream. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. My next stream will be next Tuesday. Don't know what I'll be doing quite yet. I am waiting for another board from a vendor. I can't quite say what it is yet. I don't think it's even shipped yet, but hopefully if it ships anytime this week, it should get to me by Tuesday. Fingers crossed. If not, I will be rebuilding one of my favorite boards. This guy right here. Why is it one of my favorite boards? Simply because it is yellow. And it's currently running Alpaca V2s on a carbon fiber plate. I think I've outgrown the sound of this, and it is unfortunately soldered, so I will have to desolder it first and figure out what I want in it. Alright guys, thanks for joining in. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye everyone.